My name is Yuri, and today I'll be talking about M-Elec Hazardous Areas lighting. So these type of lights are designed to be used in areas where there's a risk of explosion or fire. For instance, oil and gas industry, metal fabrication, agriculture, metal treatment, food and alcohol, so mills and distilleries, and so forth. But they're also designed to be used in harsh environments such as marine, so for instance ocean vessels, ocean platform operation facilities, ports, and also aerospace, and any sort of environment where you have high dust, high temperature or high humidity. So the international body that governs the standards for hazardous areas is called IECEX, and they set the standards for the use of any sort of equipment in hazardous areas. So for instance, they set zones which are quite important. So we have zones 0, 1 and 2 which go for flammable gases, vapors and liquids, and we have zones 20, 21, 22 which are for combustible dusts and flyings, which are less than half mil wide. With these zones, the higher the number, basically the lower is the likelihood of the explosive atmosphere. So 22 is less likely than 21 or 20. So the M-Elec fittings are designed for zones 21, 22 and 1 and 2. Our core range of M-Elec Hazardous Areas fittings will consist of linears or battens, floodlights, high base, area lights, bunker lights, exit lighting. But not just that, we can access different types of equipment for hazardous areas, such as distribution equipment, glands, sensors and such. So we can cover all the aspects of projects in hazardous areas. So today I'll be showing you 3 different fittings, so 2 battens and 1 floodlight. And let's go to the first one. So this is the FLC. It's a 2-footer. It's made of cast aluminium, and it's got polycarbonate lens. So all these fittings have high IK rating, so impact rating is 10, and the IP is 66. So they have to be tough, and they have to be sealed very well for the moisture and dust. So this is a 2-footer, as I mentioned before. We have a 4-footer available as well, and also a 5-foot fitting. So this one's quite heavy. It's 7.5 kilos. And then the 4-footer is 15 kilos, and 15-footer is nearly 17 kilos, so quite heavy. So you can see there's 2 compartments here. One is for the driver, and the other one is for the emergency pack, which can last for up to 3 hours. This fitting has a 90-degree beam angle, but they can go from 40, 60 to 90 degree. In terms of color temperature, they go from 2700 up to 6500 Kelvin. They can be dimmable, and of course emergency packs are available as well. In terms of installation, there's a few different options. As you can see, the stainless steel brackets are provided, which get fitted to the base. They get screwed into here, or the other option is the hooks, which screw into there as well, and then you can use the chain to suspend it. The third option for mounting is pole mounting, so you just use the O-rings and mount it on a pole. In terms of wattages, these fittings can come in 20, 40, 50 or 80 watt, so different options for different sizes as well. Alright, let's move to the next fitting. So this is a 100-watt floodlight. Basically, it's also made of cast aluminium. It's copper-free, which is very important for certain sites. Why is that important? Because different sites have different chemicals present. So certain sites have, for instance, caustic soda or sodium hydroxide that doesn't go well with aluminium. So in those sort of instances, you have to use stainless steel or something else. So like I said, it is aluminium base. It's got a bracket that's stainless steel. All the hardware is stainless steel as well. The lens is tempered glass. You can get a fitting with the polycarbonate lens as well, which is rated higher in IK, or you can get a spherical tempered glass as well, and you can cover it with a grill to get the IK rating up to 10. So different wattages with the fittings. So there's 4 different sizes, and then the wattages go from 40 watt, it's the smallest one, and up to 400 watt. So the smallest fitting weighs about 4.15 kilos, and then the big one, the big boy, weighs about 15 kilos. In terms of installation, so you can use these provided brackets, so stainless steel bracket, to install it on a ceiling or a wall using this bracket, or you can use a hook that attaches to here and hang it, or you can use multitude of options with stanchion arms and pole mounting. So there's quite a few options for different angles and different settings. In terms of color, temperature of the fitting, so it has a wider range. This one can go all the way down to 2200 and all the way up to 7000 K. Of course, it's IP66 and can be dimmable. An emergency can also be available from 130 watt and up. So what's very exciting with this fitting is that we're actually introducing a new feature, which is going to be sort of a back entry door located around here.
This is the new model floodlight. This one will be coming out soon. In 2 months, have all certifications. So to get, and the secret sauce for this guy here is this junction box. Normally, in a lot of these other fittings, you're going to need to take out all of these bolts in order to get to the terminations. But with this guy, there's 2 things that are really good. Number one is that you got full isolation from the light to the driver box. So any heat that's coming out of this guy here doesn't automatically transfer into this. And the second is the junction box, and I'll show you on this stuff here. The junction box over here, it just requires you to obviously break a seal and then take this guy out. You can see the thread is very, very fine. And you got immediate access to the terminal block. So by far easier than removing all of these screws all the way around.
What is very important with this fitting, it's got marine powder coated finish, so it can be used in any marine environment as well, and it's got a min-well driver, which can be dimmable, but standard doesn't come as dimmable. So in terms of optics, this one has the same optic options as the batten before. It's 40, 60 or 90 degree beam angle. So that's about this fitting. Alright, let's move to the next one. This fitting is made of jure.p, which is glass reinforced polyester. It is widely popular on many sites, so mills, gas sites as well, because it's not as heavy. So it's only 4 kilos, this one. So way easy to handle and fit off. And it is actually tough. So the cover is made of glass reinforced polycarbonate. So the IK rating is still 10 of this fitting. This fitting has a very unique installation method. So it comes with this key, which gets in here, and that's how you unlock it and open it up. So then you have option to just terminate it by undoing these 2 screws at the base, or you can undo these 2 screws here and leave the whole panel, whole board, if you need access to the driver. So you can see there's only 1 driver here, so with 2 drivers you get higher wattage. Maybe I should mention that all the chips with these fittings, they come encapsulated in resin, so that's a requirement for hazardous areas, and as you can see they're sealed tightly. So basically you just close it and then turn this key all the way and seals it tightly. Okay, so with this fitting there is only 1 optic, so 120 degree beam angle. In terms of color, it's only 4, 5 or 6 thousand K. And installation wise, same as the other batten, you have these brackets, stainless steel brackets provided, or you can use the suspension kits which come with the fitting as well. This fitting can also be mounted on a pole, the same as the previous one. jure.p, which I mentioned before, so glass reinforced polyester, doesn't weigh as much, which is quite important, but also is resistant to certain chemicals. So it is widely used materials in hazardous areas. Emergency pack is an option, and also the dimming, same thing. What is very important that this fitting has 1200 hour salt spray test and also 3G vibration test. So it can endure really rough conditions. Can be used in marine environment, of course. In terms of wattage, 4 different wattages available, so 20, 30 and 40 and 50 watt. So all these fittings have replaceable parts, which is very important for maintenance. So you can get spare cheap boards, you can get spare drivers, glands, you name it. So that's also very important for a lot of sites. With explosion-proof fittings, we have specialized glands as well. They have to be certified for hazardous areas. They're made of stainless steel, and they have longer threads than normal. So it's not a normal gland, so it has to be certified. So all the fittings come with a 5-year warranty and the support from our technical team. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to myself.